Welcome to the official YouTube channel for the Colin Cowherd Podcast. Go on, hit that subscribe button if you're new so you don't miss any of our great football content this season. So I've always been a fan of Notre Dame. I appreciate their academic rigorous standards. I always had kind of a rule, if I were going to put on a college kid, where he went to school mattered. Like Notre Dame kids could come on and lecture you about physiology, right? So I always like Duke basketball dudes or Notre Dame football dudes. You're like, we're safe, because I generally don't put 24-year-olds on the air because they get intimidated and they, it's a big platform. Notre Dame was always like the exception. You can put a Notre Dame guy on. I would, it's brilliant people sometimes lack self-awareness. Maybe they've been complimented. Maybe things have come easy. I was shocked by the lack of self-awareness from an independent school saying, we're just not getting the support of 21-year ACC member Miami, who, by the way, beat us. And I watched Pete Bavacqua, who by all accounts has been a very good AD, and I was shocked. They were tone deaf to the fact that they lost head-to-head, and that, guys, the last time Notre Dame won a natty, they were 25 independents. Even BYU said, we're going to join a conference. I'll always root for Marcus Freeman. I think he's such a good guy. He's kind of the face to me of the coaches of college football. Like if it was Nick Saban for 10 years, I think Marcus Freeman's one of the faces. What did you make of their reaction from we're not going to the bowl to this is outrageous to we're being picked on as a semi-member of a conference?
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts. First of all, I too, you grew up in Chicago. There's no college sport of note, and so my dad and I used to he was just like, let's go to big games. We just like going to sporting events together. So we would go to one Notre Dame game a year. My dad just Catholic kid, poor, south side of Milwaukee, Midwest, his whole life. He really respected the brand. And so showed me Rudy at a young age. We'd go to games every year. Notre Dame's it's an impressive place.
Yeah.
It's also a little smug. It just is. They're like, who roots for our team? Jesus. Seriously, touchdown Jesus overlooks the stadium, and then you walk around that campus and it's not the only religious figure statue that they have that's doing, they're like, and that one looks like he's doing a first down signal, doesn't it? And it's they just kind of carry themselves. And by the way, that's not totally it's the Ohio State University. I guess my point is tone deafness in college sports is not. That's just the latest example. There is so much money and so much arrogance and so much smugness, and Notre Dame is at the top of the list and has been for. But if I would have told you 5 years ago, Colin, in the future, there's going to be a university that gets left out of a hypothetical playoff, and instead of going to a bowl game, they are going to cry about it and take their ball and go home. You'd be like, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, and by the way, they like it. Like Duke basketball, they kind of like it. It's part of their DNA to be a little smug and we're a little better than you. And so I wasn't surprised. Like you, I was turned off by it. And this is one I also know that you will disagree with me on. I will add it to the list of things where everyone says this is awesome for college football, the playoff, because we get more games. And it gets decided on the field. And I know the ratings are huge, and I know this makes me argue against more football. So I know that I'm upstream without a paddle here. But Indiana beat Ohio State in football. The ultimate basketball school beats the ultimate football school for the Big Ten championship to become the number one team in the country. And I watch your show every day as I get ready to do my show. And that made Herdline news. And you spent a lot of time talking about how 2-loss, 9th-ranked Notre Dame, did they get snubbed for 2-loss, 10th-ranked Miami, who Miami beat. Now, to your credit, you argued, no, they're being ridiculous. But like, have we lost the plot a little bit that we are focusing on the ninth and 10th ranked team instead of the teams at the top? To me, like, it is just what is awesome about college football, and there's many things, but I loved that the regular season in college football mattered even more than the regular season in the NFL. Every game mattered. And last year, Ohio State, Michigan, in my world, should have been an elimination game for Ohio State. Because if Michigan can beat Ohio State and Ohio State can fall to 8 and be the 8 seed and then make it to the tournament and win it, okay, congrats for your national championship. But then I personally care a little less about Ohio State, Michigan. I know that's sacrilege to say, and I know that'll never be the case for Ohio State fans, and I know it'll never be the case for Michigan fans. But like, if that's not an elimination game in that spot, it objectively means less to the casual person. And so it's like, I felt like Indiana got lost in the shuffle, and I felt like people were debating things that a 2-loss team didn't get a chance to be the 10 seed in the playoff. I'm not there yet in my college football brain to care about that.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Netflix is basically Santa this year. 2 NFL games on Christmas Day streaming live. At 1 Eastern, Cowboys Commanders. Dallas is suddenly red hot. Could play big for the NFC playoff picture. Then at 4:30, you've got the Lions struggling against the Vikings. That's Midwest football playoff stakes. 2 teams battling it out for the number 1 seed last year. Must win for Detroit. So watching holiday football is a tradition the whole family can get into. Settle in, watch it. The NFL Christmas Day games live on Netflix, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So from Little League all the way to the English Premier League, the regular season is simply a preamble until the championship. What you're arguing is, I want this one sport to really have a great regular season, but the rest of it's sort of nonsense. It'll be nonsense. The bowl games, we'll just end it with these arbitrary, weird bowl games that nobody goes to. And my take is, in sports, we all know, and it doesn't necessarily take too much away from the regular season, that we sort of know there's those great NBA regular season games on Saturday night at Celtics, Lakers, LeBron and Jason Tatum, and I love those games. But in every sport, including Little League, 8th grade girls volleyball, there's a regular season, and then you decide in the playoffs, and all the time in the regular season, an underdog beats a big person, and the underdog, that's their moment in the sun. My problem with college football was always, we cared too much about the regular season and then punted on these weird, unattended bowl games. So it was like, finally, Fox and ESPN said, it's an $8 billion industry with it's a movie with a horrible ending. We just want to make the ending better to the movie.
Yeah, and again, that is what happened, and I get that it was going to happen. Do you think they're going to go to 16? Are they going to go to 30? Are they going to go to 32?
I don't think they'll go to 32. I'm very comfortable with 12. I wouldn't put Tulane in. I don't buy into James Madison. I think that's just nonsense. I just think it makes everybody feel good. It's a neat story. It's not the truth. But fine, I'm not going to lose any sleep. In March Madness, it works because there's 68 teams. I think,
and it's basketball. You can play a game on a Thursday and then a game on a Saturday.
Right.
Like it's basketball.
I would have rather seen Vanderbilt in Texas, but I'm good. I'm fine with it. I think people look at the Boise State teams with like Chris Peterson, where they had 11 NFL people, and they go, well, they beat Oklahoma. And it's like, okay, that team could have beaten anybody. It was Chris Peterson, and Boise State was an NFL factory.
Yeah.
So the college football is a little inartistic. It's very turbulent. It's weird, but it's always felt like boxing, where I always say it's the Wild Wild West, like the territorial governors you had in the Wild Wild West. Those are the commissioners now. Every territory for itself, and it's like, no, we need like a Dana White, like we need a Roger Goodell. So I am willing to be less engaged, although I'm not, but I'm willing to care a little less about Auburn, Alabama, if I get a great ending to the movie. Football season's here, and if you want to go to an NFL or college football game, GameTime is the place for you. The GameTime app just gives you the advantage back to you, the fans. It's a hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. I love it. Easy to use. The GameTime guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price, 100%. So they even let you preview your seat on the app. That's special. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay every time. Take the guesswork out of buying professional football tickets with GameTime. Just download the GameTime app, create an account. If you use the code Colin, COLIN, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account, redeem code COLIN, $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the GameTime app today.
And I think that that's totally reasonable. But like to your point, like James Madison, Oregon is they're 3 touchdown plus underdogs in that game, and it's a playoff game. Like that kind of feels like a bowl game that I didn't care about once upon a time. And the bowl game, I mean, my wife went to Clemson. She's like, oh, they're playing at Yankee Stadium. They're playing in the Pinstripe Bowl. You got to get us tickets to that. It's like, okay, like, you know what I mean? So we're going to go see Clemson, Penn State at Yankee Stadium, and it'll probably be sold out with all those fans there. So like, I agree with you. The bowl games didn't matter. I definitely agree that at the end, it feels more like a true process to crown a champion. It's undeniable that it's good TV and good business, and it works. The other thing that doesn't sit great with me, and I've heard you address this, and like Notre Dame's not going to play USC. Oklahoma can't play Oklahoma State anymore. The conferences are so big, and there's not divisions anymore. So even if you're in a conference, you don't get to play everybody in your conference to tell me truly who was the best. Like it's just. Because we have to get into this conference to have a better shot at a playoff, to get a better shot at a bid, to get a bigger. It's just college football is messy and regional and rivalry and irrational. Like I want Oklahoma to play Oklahoma State. I want Kansas to play Missouri. I want that stuff to matter for that sport. And I'll get there, but I don't love that this stuff has led to that stuff ending.
Yeah, and it's been very quick. And generally,
very quick. Yeah,
it's like I've it's not perfectly analogous, but it's like AI or the pandemic. The world changed overnight. Job displacement. Wear a mask. College football in a year went from paying a players the death penalty to celebrating it and marketing it and bidding wars over a junior in high school. It's
right.
Like, whoa, what's going on?
And USC has to play Rutgers in volleyball. And like USC plays Rutgers, but not Notre Dame. I'm like, are you sure? Like, are we positive that's what we want? Like it just and you're right. Like it all changed real fast, and it's real fast. I still you've got me, right? Like I'm not your issue. Like I'm going to watch big games. I'm going to gamble on it. I understand the business side of it, and I am entertained still, obviously, by any football game that you put on television with a point spread. But it's just, and like I don't know. It's a lot fast, and I'm very interested where the dust settles in a decade and how this is all going to settle into it.